Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my Week 11 NFL predictions. So last week I had a record of 6-8, and I'm counting the Steelers and Lions tie result as a mistake because it was a mistake. I did not predict it was going to be a tie. So that was my worst week this season. It ties my, I think it ties my worst total loss. My loss total for the week, like my incorrect total, and that drops my season record to 98-50, which I still think is a very good record. So there's two teams on a bye this week. They're the Broncos and the Rams, and those are two teams on a much-needed bye. The Rams have dropped 2 in a row. Teams we thought were Super Bowl contenders. I still think they are Super Bowl contenders. And the Broncos, who were just destroyed by the Eagles last week. So two teams where a bye week's coming at the right time, where they're looking to get back on track. Diving right down to Thursday Night Football, we have the Patriots visiting the Falcons. So these two teams have history. They met in the Super Bowl a few years ago, and the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead. The Patriots are a good team this season, and the Falcons aren't really that good. The Patriots are hot and trending in the opposite direction of the Falcons. Cordero Patterson is out for the Falcons with an ankle sprain, so that's obviously not going to help for the Falcons. The Patriots are going to easily defeat the Falcons 31-16. Let's move on to Sunday's games. Game 1 on Sunday, we have the Colts visiting the Bills. So the Bills got back on track last week with a dominating victory over the Jets after their loss to the Jaguars. The Colts' last game was actually to the Jags, and they beat them in a close game. I think this is going to be a competitive game, but I think Buffalo will pull away at the end, winning the game by a score of 27-14. Next game, we have the Ravens going to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Bears were looking better before their bye week last week, and the Ravens were beat on Thursday Night Football by the Dolphins. Both teams had a long week to prepare. The Bears actually had a lot of time to prepare for the game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Bears are going to blow it, allowing the Ravens to win in a close competitive game, 28-24. Next, we have the Browns hosting the Lions. So, Jared Goff might not play for the Lions because he has no weak strain. If Goff plays, it's going to be the Browns by a sizable margin. I have it 28-14. If Goff doesn't play, the Browns are going to control every aspect of this game, 31-10. Next, we have the Texans visiting the Titans. So, on paper, this is the blowout of the week. The Titans should win like 40-0 or some crazy score like that. But I don't think it's going to be that lopsided. The Texans have Tyrod Taylor back, so that'll make it a little bit closer. I still have the Titans easily winning, dominating most of the game, 31-15. Next game, the Packers are going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. So this is one of the games this week that can easily go either way. The Vikings are probably going to win this matchup once. They definitely have a better chance to do it at US Bank Stadium. The Vikings beat the Chargers last week, who aren't looking as good as they were earlier in the season. The Packers are looking very good. They're currently 8-2 and the best team in the NFC. NFC. It's going to be a shootout. It could definitely go either way. I think the Packers are going to do just enough to win the game, winning the game by a score of 31-27. Next game, we have the Dolphins visiting the Jets. This is definitely the worst game of the week. It's going to be a very boring game. The Dolphins have been better in the recent weeks, but the Jets aren't good. It's going to be a very boring game, as I just said. And the Dolphins, I guess they're going to come out on top 21-13. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets actually won, but I think it's going to be the Dolphins in like the Tank Bowl. Next, we have the Saints visiting the Eagles. So the Eagles have been better in the recent weeks. They're coming off a demolishing of the Broncos. The Saints are going to win, but it's going to be a low-scoring, close game, just like the game last week against the Titans was. The Titans only scored 23 points. and it was a close game. I have the Saints coming out on top 21-16. Sorry, 20-16. Next, we have the Washington football team visiting the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton against his former coach, Ron Rivera. So Cam Newton will likely start for the Panthers. I think he makes them a better team than if P.J. Walker starts, and definitely if Sam Darnold starts. Washington is very inconsistent, and I think their inconsistency is going to lead to a loss this week after upsetting the Bucs last week. I have the Panthers winning in a close game 26-21. You could argue the game is going to go either way, but I think the Panthers are a little bit of a better team, and they're going to come out on top. 49ers at the Jaguars. The 49ers just dominated the Rams on Monday Night Football, and they could get back into the playoff race if they keep playing the way they were. Currently, if the playoffs started today, they'd be on track for a wildcard spot in the NFC. The Jaguars aren't good, and the 49ers are going to continue their hot streak, dominating 31-14. The Bengals visiting the Raiders. So here, it could go either way. The Raiders are coming off a massive loss to the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. The Bengals are coming off a bye week. The Bengals are the better team, although both teams are good. The Bengals are the slightly better team, and they're going to come out slightly on top, 30-28. Next, we have the Cowboys visiting the Chiefs. So this is going to be a great game. The Chiefs look absolutely fantastic in their dominant win over the Raiders last week, and the Cowboys looked, absolutely fantastic in their dominating win over the Falcons last week. The game's going to be a shootout, Mahomes versus Dak Prescott. I think Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to get the last laugh and win 34-28. It could go either way, but I think it's going to be the Chiefs because they've looked better in the recent weeks, and I think it's going to be the Chiefs, but it definitely could go either way. Next, we have the Cardinals visiting the Seahawks. So the Seahawks got Russell Wilson back last week, but they didn't score at all. The Cardinals may be without Kyler Murray again. That would be the third week in a row. If the Cardinals have Murray, then the Cardinals will win the game. If they don't have Kyler Murray, then the Seahawks will win the game. With Kyler Murray, it's a 27-21 Cardinals win. Without him, it's a 24-17 Seahawks win. In the last game on Sunday Night Football, we have the Steelers going into Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. So the Steelers should have Ben Roethlisberger back for the game. The Chargers may be without defensive lineman Jerry Tillery and Joey Bosa for the game. Steelers also may be without Minka Fitzpatrick. So lots of question marks on both sides for both teams. The Chargers are looking to get back on track after dropping 3 of their last 4. And I think they're going to get back on track with a Sunday Night Football win in a close victory over the Steelers, 27-23. And the last game this week, we have Monday Night Football. We have the Giants going to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So the Buccaneers were upset by the Boston football team last week. The Giants have been better before they went on their bye week last week. They've won 2 of their last 3 games. I think it's going to be a very close game. I don't think the Giants are going to win, but they're going to hang in there for just about all the game. It's going to be close. The Buccaneers are going to squeak out with the win, 27-24. And the Giants are going to be getting Saquon Barkley back, which is going to be one of the major reasons they're able to hang in this game. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And go check out the community tab of my channel about Saturday at 8 Eastern, when there will be some polls posted about who you think is going to win some of this week's games in the NFL. So like, subscribe, comment, and check out the community tab at 8 Eastern on Saturday. 8 Eastern Saturday.